In my training, you first start to recognize the patterns, the pain or the traumas you have had in your life. And one by one, you start to recognize them and you start to let them go. Let them go. But first you have to recognize that you have a pattern. And that's a very hard method, very hard way to find out what is my pattern. So I guide them, and it can be a journey, that can be just talking about it, just talking with a partner. And so that's the first part. And we talk also about the metaphor of the snake who shed the skin. And actually, that's what we are doing. You let go of all this pain all at once, because it's a sequence. It's more or less the same, but it's a sequence. And then you go to the West, and there you are. The most beautiful thing is to be in a relationship. That's the great learning experience. To be with a lot of people, to be in class with a lot of people, to have a partnership, because you are reflecting each other. And how can I be myself, my authentic self, in partnership? So shadowing parts are coming up. All those juicy things which happen in partnership. So we go in that part, in the shadow. And the shadow is nothing wrong with. It's nothing wrong. It's there. It's part of life. But how are we dealing with it? Are we projecting it out to the world? And as soon as we see, oh my God, and sometimes you have blind spot. Everyone around you sees it except you. And sometimes then we will find other ways to see and to find your shadow parts. And that's beautiful. There is such enormous gift in the shadow. In owning your shadow, it's beauty, really beauty. Then you go to the north, and there we have the ancestors. We have learned from the ancestors. So you get more and more in contact with the ancestors. Quite a lot of people, well, my granny or my grandfather was an awful man, he beat me up. And so I let them step into the shoes of their grandfather and feel, what was he really, really wanting? What a person was your grandfather? And there is, again, beauty. Beauty, because it's not that bullier man. It's the man who has a soft heart and actually want to give his granddaughter or his grandson courage, but didn't know to find a way to tell him or her. And there is the beauty, the gift, which you can take and let go of all the other stuff, free you up, and then finally become in the East, and you learn to deal with death. Because death is a big fear in our society. But death and life, again, in this life, they are partner. And if you can face death in the face and say, okay, you are here, and make friends, then life blooms. So that is in short what I train. And so if you clean out your chakras, because every chakra can have another pattern. The first one always has to do with safety, with survival. The second with sexuality and with fear, and go on. The third with willpower, and the fourth with heart. So you see people who are not giving the love to themselves, sometimes have heart failures, pain in the heart. Then the throat, people who can't express themselves, have sore throats or can hardly speak up, And so if you clear out everything, then this chakra system is shining bright, the colors. They are these beautiful colors, you're shining like a rainbow. And that's also what the Indian people call, you will shine as a rainbow, child. There are trainings for weekends where we are going more in depth, but for the people who just want to taste a little piece, is this something for me? I give one-day workshops and they can find out. They can find out if they like me, the way I am teaching, and if it is something they want to go on a deeper level too, because I really like to go deeper. But I understand that there are people say, okay, I first have to learn to swim, and I'm not going to swim in the ocean. No, I first start a little baby basins to try it out, and I can understand. So anyone can come to the classes.